Welcome back. It's Brian Sager here from Boomer Fitness, and today I want to talk about things you should really know about nutrition for men over the age of 50. But before we hop into that video today, make sure you hit that like button and that little bell next to it so you get notified of all the great updates that we're going to send to you. Also, please give this a like so we can spread this message as far as possible for men over the age of 50 so we can help transform their lives. Who am I? I'm Brian Stecker. I'm the owner of Boomer Fitness, a local gym here in Vancouver, Washington for the past 9 years. And I've been training men and women over the age of 40, 50, and 60 for the past 16 years. So let's hop into today's topic. So the things that you should know for men about nutrition over the ages of 50. So when I'm meeting with guys for the first time, either Zoom, phone call, or in person at Boomer Fitness, I start talking about their goals. What do you want to achieve? They tell me things they want to achieve. They want to lose belly fat. They've gained a lot of belly fat over the last couple of years. They've noticed that their energy is beginning to drop. They just feel bad. They're getting weaker. They're not as strong or as vital as they used to be. And usually this was a result because of what they prioritized, okay? They prioritized their career and their family over their fitness. And what ended up happening from that is a lot of bad habits. Nothing wrong with that, but we got to get you back into a success routine. So the first thing before you hop into any of your nutrition is you got to start establishing yourself a really good routine. And that's going to start slowly. You're not going to fix all these things overnight. I don't have a magic wand for you. But if you're watching this video, you're committed to making that change. So you've got to find why it's important for you to make these changes. And if you're watching this video, you're at the point where you know why this is important to you. Okay, so let's hop right into it. So the first thing you need to know is that as we begin to age, our overall calories need to go down because our activity starts to decrease and you've had a loss of muscle mass, okay? So what ends up happening past the ages of 30, you're beginning to lose 3 to 8% of muscle per year. So that's one thing. And the other thing is you're less active. You're not as active as you used to be. That could be because you've got some aches and pains in your joints, or you've just gotten out of a fitness routine because of other priorities. You're gonna need less calories overall. So what I would do is I would download this app. It's MyFitnessPal. It's a free app. It's awesome. All my clients use it. And find out what your BMR is. Or just Google it. Google your BMR. And that should be your starting caloric intake, okay? So now that you know where your calories are, all right, you're gonna go a long way to making sure that you're getting enough calories and you're not gonna continually gain body fat. So the second thing that we need to focus on now, that men, now that we're over age of 50, is we gotta prioritize protein, okay? Protein's great because it's going to build back that muscle that you lost. That's the first component of it, but you're gonna have to add weight training with it. I mean, nutrition's one of the components, exercise the other component, and accountability and support is a third component. It's gonna get you to your goal. But when it comes to nutrition, you gotta increase your protein. A good starting point for protein is 1 gram per body weight. You're gonna need that to help you maintain your muscle mass if you're active. If you're not so active, anywhere from 0.5 to 0.75 grams per body weight will do the trick. The other thing is that muscle mass is going to do, it's going to start to help you rebuild that metabolism. And because your calories are less, it's going to keep you full. It's going to keep you from having cravings for all the junk that's out there when you start dieting, right? All right, third strategy you want to start looking at is your carbs. You're going to need less carbs because you're less active. Carbs are energy. So an advanced strategy that works really well for my clients, usually around week 8 to 12, it's carb cycling. And I'll give you a quick rundown of carb cycling and how it's gonna benefit you. So we only need about 50 grams of carbohydrates a day for brain activity. Because you got a lot of stored body fat, we gotta start burning some of that off. All right, so carb cycling, what I would focus on is a few days where you're taking in less about 50 grams of carbs per day. That could be, 3 days on, 1 day off, or it could be, 5 days on, and then 1 day of this other strategy, or 1 day of this other strategy. So bring your carbohydrate total down to about 50 grams a day for a few days per week. The next thing that you'll do is on the other days, is bring your carbohydrates up to half of what your body weight is. So if you're 180 pounds, do the math on that. So half of 180, do the math. And that's how many carbs you'll take in on, like, say, a moderate carb day. And then 1 day per week, so you can keep your sanity, get your energy up, I would consume, 2 to 4 times your body weight in carbohydrates. So if you're a 200-pound man, that could be anywhere from, if it's 2 times your body weight, it's 400 carbs, upwards 800 carbs. And use that on a training day. Give yourself some more energy. Or if there's foods that you're craving, you can do that. Using that strategy is going to trick your body to start using some of that stored body fat, but also enough to realize that you're not starving. Next thing, you want to look at your fats. About 30% calories that you're going to be consuming is going to come from fats. And the reason why we want to start focusing on fats over 50 is we want to start thinking about cardiovascular health, and we want to think about hormone health, so better testosterone. So we want to reduce the amount of saturated fats we have in our diet. Those are foods that are at room temperature, like butter or red meats are high in saturated fat. We want to replace those with good healthy fats like avocados, you've got nuts, and you've got olive oil, all right? So a good balance of that when you talk to a lot of nutritionalists out there is 1/3 should come from saturated fat and your 2/3 should come from your other fats, okay? So that's what's gonna benefit you in that category. Now, let's put this all together. Now, where should these foods come from? These foods should come from whole foods. And the reason why we wanna start focusing on whole foods is that they're most nutrient dense, okay? They're gonna have the most minerals for you. They're gonna have the most macronutrients for you. So just focus on whole food. Caveman couldn't have it. If it didn't run, fly, or swim, then probably most likely you shouldn't eat it. Last but not least, for men over the age of 50, that I see a bad habit that really implemented is alcohol. As you begin to age, your body processes alcohol a lot slower, all right? Plus, when you drink alcohol, 1 glass of alcohol is full of sugar. 1 serving alcohol is full of sugar, and that's going to be converted pretty quickly to body fat. Slows your metabolism down also because alcohol is a poison. Your body's going to take it, and it's a poison, right? So your body's going to take and try to get it out of your system as soon as possible, which the other factor is that hydration, right? So it's going to dehydrate you, and we begin to dehydrate a little bit more because we become less sensitive to our thirst. So I would decrease alcohol. When you look at a lot of publications out there, they say anything more than 14 drinks a week would be a lot. What I see work really well for my clients is they set a good rule in place. No more than 1 in a sitting, no more than 3 in a week, and that works extremely well. And I'm not here to get on my soapbox and tell you, hey, alcohol, don't have any alcohol, but I'm going to say use it in moderation. Most people that I see who consume a lot of alcohol, they use it as a crutch. Use it as a crutch to get them out of stress. They use it as a crutch to deal with their anxiety. They use it as a crutch to get them out of depression, which is kind of funny because when you drink alcohol, you become more depressed because it is a depressant. So what you need to do is start creating these new habits for yourself. If you need help and you're committed to changing these things, reach out to me. We'll put them all together for you. And that's where the accountability comes into that. I'll help you with your training. I'll help you with your nutrition. And I'll give you the accountability and support that you need. All you have to do is down below in the link, you'll see my scheduling schedule. Just click on that, pick a time that works well for you. Who I'm looking to work with are people that are committed to making a change, that want to work on their nutrition, that want to train, that want to drop belly fat. Who this isn't for, somebody who's looking for a free plan or who's not committed to that result, and once they get the plan, just make a bunch of excuses and aren't willing to take action. I'm here to change your life so you can be a better role model for your friends and family, get that energy back, get that muscle back, so that way you have the longevity to do the things that you love to do on a daily basis. Thanks for stopping by. Let me know in the comment section which one of these tips you like best, and I look forward to talking to one of you on my call. Take care and have a blessed day.